Thank you for visiting my YouTube channel to get your daily Bible verse and Bible chapter. I hope you have a great day and come back each and every day for a new verse and a new chapter. Thank you and God bless. 2 Kings 4. One day the wife of a man from the guild of prophets called Elisha. Your servant, my husband, is dead. You will know what a good man he was, devoted to God. And now the man whom he was in debt is on his way to collect by taking my 2 children as slaves. Elijah said, I wonder how I can be of help. Tell me what to do. What do you have in your house? Nothing, she said. Well, I do have a little oil. Here's what you do, said Elijah. Go up and down the street and borrow jugs and bowls from all your neighbors. And not just a few, all you can get. Then come home and look behind you, you and your sons. Pour oil into each container. When each is full, set it aside. She did what he said. She locked the door behind her and her sons as they brought the containers to her. She filled them. When all the jugs and bowls were full, she said to one of her sons, Another jug, please. He said, That's it. There's no more jugs. Then the oil stopped. She went and told the story to the man of God. He said, Go sell the oil and make good on your debts. Live both you and your sons on what's left. One day Elijah passed through Shunem. A leading lady of the town talked him into stopping for a meal. And then it became his custom, whenever he passed through, he stopped for a meal. I'm certain, said the woman to her husband, that this man who stops by with us all the time is a holy man of God. Why don't we add on a small room upstairs and furnish it with a bed and desk, chair, and lamp, so that when he comes by, he can stay with us. And so it happened. The next time Elijah came by, he went into the room and lay down for a nap. Then he said to his servant Gehazi, Tell the Shunnamite woman. I want to see her. He called her, and she came to him. Through Gehazi, Elisha said, "You've gone far beyond the call of duty in taking care of us. What can we do for you? Do you have a request we can bring to the king or to the commander of the army?" She replied, "Nothing. I am secured and satisfied in my family." Elisha conferred with Gehazi. There's got to be something we can do for her, but what? Gehazi said, "Well, she has no son, and her husband is an old man. Call her in," said Elisha. He called her in. She stood at the open door. Elisha said, "This time next year, you're going to be nursing an infant son. Oh, my master, oh, holy man," she said, "don't play games with me, teasing me with such fantasies." The woman conceived a year later, just as Elisha had said. She had a son. The child grew up, and one day he went to his father, who was working with the harvest hands, complaining, "My head, my head." His father ordered a servant carry him to his mother. The servant took him in his arms and carried him to his mother. He laid in her lap until noon and died. She took him up and laid on the bed. The man of God shut him in alone and left. She called her husband. "Get me a servant and a donkey so I can get to the holy man. I'll be back as soon as I can." "But why today? This isn't a holy day. It's neither new moon or Sabbath." She said, "Don't ask questions. I need to go right now. Trust me." She went ahead, saddled the donkey, ordering her servant, "Take the lead. Go as fast as you can. I'll tell you if you're going too fast." And so off she went. She came to the holy man at the Mount Carmel. The holy man, spotting her while she was still a long way off, said to his servant Gehazi, "Look out there. Why, it's the Shunnamite woman. Quickly now, ask her, is something wrong? Are you all right? Your husband, your child?" She said, "Everything is fine." But when she reached the holy man in the mountain, she threw herself at his feet and held tightly to him. Gehazi came up to pull her away, but the holy man said, "Leave her alone. Can't you see she's in distress? But God hasn't let me in on why. I'm completely in the dark." Then she spoke up. "Did you ask for a son, Master?" "Didn't I tell you, don't tease me with false hopes?" He ordered, "Gehazi, don't lose a minute. Grab my stuff and run as fast as you can. If you meet anyone, don't even take time to greet him. And if anyone greets you, don't even answer. Lay my staff across the boy's face." The boy's mother said, "As sure as God lives and you live, you're not leaving me behind." And so Gehazi let her take the lead and followed behind. But Gehazi arrived first and laid the staff across the boy's face. But there was no sound, no sign of life. Gehazi went back to meet Elijah and said, "The boy hasn't stirred." Elijah entered the house and found the boy stretched out on the bed dead. He went into the room and locked the door, just the two of them in the room, and prayed to God. He then got into bed with the boy, covered him with his body, mouth to mouth, eyes to eyes, hands to hands, and as he was stretched out over him like that, the boy's body became warm. Elijah got up and paced back and forth in the room. Then he went back over and stretched himself upon the boy. Again, the boy started sneezing. 7 times he sneezed. He opened his eyes. He called Gehazi and said, "Get the Shunnamite woman in here." He called her and she came in. Elijah said, "Embrace your son." She fell at Elijah's feet, face to the ground, in reverent awe. Then she embraced her son and went out with him. Elijah went back down to Gilgal. There was a phenomenon there while he was consulting with the God of prophets. He told his servant, "Put a large pot on the fire and cook up some stew for the prophets." One of the men went into the field to get some herbs. He came across a wild vine and picked grounds from it, filling his gunny sack. he brought them back, sliced them up, and put them in the stew, even though no one knew what kind of plant it was. The stew was then served up for the men to eat. They started to eat, and then exclaimed, "Death in the pot, O man of God, death in the pot." Nobody could eat it. Elijah ordered, "Get some meal." Then he sprinkled it into the stew pot. "Now serve it up to the men," he said. They ate it, and it was just fine. Nothing wrong with the stew. One day a man arrived from Shaddai. He brought the man of God 20 loaves of baked bread from the early harvest, along with a few apples from the orchard. Elisha said, "Pass it around to the people to eat." His servant said, "For 100 men, there's not nearly enough." Elijah said, "Just go ahead and do it. God says there's plenty." And sure enough, there was. He passed it around what he had. They not only ate, but had leftovers. Proverbs 19:17. Kindness to the poor is a loan to the Lord, and he will give you a reward to the lender. Proverbs 19:17. Kindness to the poor is a loan to the Lord, and he will give you a reward to the lender. One of my favorite verses is Philippians 4:13. It says, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." If you have your own favorite verse, please put that down below and let me know what it is. Proverbs 19:17. Kindness to the poor is a loan to the Lord, and he will give you a reward to the lender. Always remember to smile, because you never know what a smile can do for someone's day. Thank you, and God bless. Thank you for watching today's video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe so you can remember to watch each and every day's video. Thank you for the ones that have been with me from the beginning. Please help me expand my ministry. Thank you, and God bless.